Well, you want your children to bring home their projects, papers, and awards from school. I miss those days, honestly. But you don't want them to bring home any classroom germs, and they all do.
Yeah. And you still have all of your son's papers on the refrigerator, right? Well, we are a few weeks into school, and some of you may already have some sick students. Things are going around. Here are some easy things that you can do to try to prevent any more sick days. Well, back to school time is very exciting for a lot of people, but let's be honest, it can also be kind of gross if you're not cleaning up some of the things your kids are taking to and from school. Dr. Christopher Harkin with SSM Health is here to give us some tips on how to avoid sickness this time of year or any time.
Hi, Brady.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so when you think about it, kids, they love their backpacks, their lunch boxes, water bottles. Yeah. They use them, but what can happen if we're not cleaning them?
The bottom line is, how do we pass things? We cough in our hand, right? Then next thing we know, we grab something, or we decide to let our friends share it, and they just coughed in their hand or whatever, and they're touching it. So it's really important that, yeah, we got to get those things cleaned off. You know, some of the things you mentioned. Number one, everybody has a phone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, what are we doing? We're always grabbing it. We're showing it to our friends, showing them the picture that they just took, right? At the end, we gotta wipe those off. You know, you brought out some nice disinfecting wipes. They do work.
Yeah.
And wiping those phones down at the end of the day makes a difference.
So is that something like you can do before bedtime? Just get out one of these wipes and then it's like, well, this is part of my routine now.
Absolutely. I think that's a really good choice. I think even more than once a day. Nowadays in school, we're gonna have these wipes. And if we can remind our kids, hey, if you think people, you know, if other people have been touching your phone, grab some wipes, clean them off, even while you're at school. Another one, I think you have them here too, is your AirPods. We're now, now kids are sharing their AirPods.
Yeah, do you want to listen to this?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is, Brady. So it's not just we want to get the case, we want to get the pods themselves. Again, this makes a big difference because once we're touching and bringing them into our bodies, there's a chance to get illness from that.
Yeah, and I don't know if a lot of people think about that. I mean, they think about washing your hands and, hopefully if you sneeze, you do this. But these little things that people use every day that can, and no one wants to get sick at the beginning of school.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have not seen a child anymore that doesn't carry a water bottle in school. You know, remember in the old days when we all lined up to get a drink from the drinking fountain? Well, now everyone's got their own bottle. And so sometimes you want to share your friend's bottle. Just another thing that's super important to wipe off. In fact, at the end of the day, it may be smart to put it through the dishwasher and let the dishwasher really give it a good clean every day.
Do you find that if people, don't do this regularly or maybe at least once every couple of days, I mean, is that where a lot of people are getting sick then?
You know, it's a simple way to pass illness back and forth. And it sure makes a lot of sense. You know, when we ask people what's going on, it's a classic example of what's going on.
Yeah. What about, we have this lunchbox here.
Oh my goodness,
How do you clean something like that?
You know, that's a great question. Again, we can use the wipes you're doing, but something else that does work is just taking warm water and some gentle soap. And the idea being just soap it down and then take another warm cloth and then clean off the excess soap off of there. But that's another thing that you should probably try and clean pretty much daily because, again, so many people can touch these throughout the day.
Good advice, Dr. Harkin.
Easy to do. I always forget about it, so I need those reminders.
Now your whole little backpack is all clean and ready to go.
I just need to do this now and we're all set.